Hi, my name is Sofie and I run a small business called 30 Treasures. I'm here to talk to other small business owners about running their small businesses. So we went to visit Anna in Leicester to hear all about Plannerface. It's a sticker and stationery business where she makes most of the products in-house and works from home full-time.
Hi, I'm Anna. I run a small business called Plannerface where I make stationery and stickers.
Anna first started planning when she went to uni. She then discovered you could put stickers in your planner, which made her more accountable. Growing up, she was an arty person, so decided to give designing and selling stickers a go.
When I first started planning, I used stickers a lot more functionally. I was trying to plan my schedule, stay organised, remember things, but nowadays I tend to memory plan, which sounds like a bit of an oxymoron because why would you need to plan memories? Like, planning is more of a forward term, but it's basically scrapbooking, and describing it like that normally helps people understand what it means. It's all about preserving memories so you can look back on the week in years gone by and remember what happened. And it's such a personal activity, like you only need to include the parts you want to include. You can plan about specific hobbies, people do reading journals, and it's a really nice way to relax. It's a very therapeutic hobby. I think my switch to memory planning from functional planning was mainly due to the fact that I struggled to keep up with my planner on a daily basis, but memory planning is really flexible. You can just plan whenever you have the time. And I also like using stickers in my notebook so that I can still do daily to-do lists and use stickers, but I don't feel like I have the commitment to a weekly planner.
In the 21st century, it's more common for people to work from home instead of the office. Let's hear what Anna has to say about this.
It can be really great working from home. I've got so much flexibility. I get to spend a lot of time with my dog, which is important to me. If I ever need to go to an appointment, I have the flexibility to fit it in wherever. It obviously comes with some downsides, so I work from home and my office is in my home, so you do sometimes struggle to switch off. I have to sort of leave the room. I'm not very good at sticking to set working hours, which is a pro and a con obviously, because like I said, I've got the flexibility, but you then have to have the discipline to not work all the time, which is something that I'm still learning, but I don't know if that's something that you'll ever really 100% be able to do when you run your own business because you're responsible for everything.
As this is Anna's 8th year of running Plannerface, she has her files in tip-top shape. When she buys the artwork for that week's new releases, she knows what she's going to do to piece it together. It's not quite a science, but it may as well be. In this week, she bought 3 different artworks, 2 of which were the same, but in different colourways. This can make it more difficult for Anna as she tries to make the 2 kits completely unique from each other, which doesn't sound that hard until you actually try and do it, and trust me, it's pretty difficult. Her designing one kit can take her up to an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes longer, and that's just for the standard vertical kit. That's not including the mini kit and journaling kit. On top of that, she tends to release doodles or scripts as well in a week. Her drive and persistence is really something to admire. I don't know how she does it. To put it into perspective, the week we filmed, she released script oops bags, 5 journaling kits, 9 doodle sheets, 3 standard vertical kits, and 3 mini kits. I feel like I need to lie down just thinking about all the work she did. But this is what a standard week in Anna's life can look like. It can be even more chaotic when she has a sale on or has her tiered freebies too. Anna used to have 7 silhouette machines. She now has 1 Graphtec machine, which does the cutting for her, and she doesn't have to check it after every sheet and then reload it every time. This saves her so much time, but it comes with its own problems.
So as the business grew, I needed to try and keep up with the increased demand, so I needed to produce more stickers. So every couple of months I would add a new silhouette machine to my fleet. At peak times of the year, I was running 7 machines at once, which is probably the most that I could have kept up with. I tried to add more and it was just too much to manage. So I kept that going for a couple of years, and then I started to look at other options for more industrial machines. I did go on to purchase a wide format printer and a cutter, but it didn't end up being the right fit for my business, and I returned back to my silhouettes for a bit. This gave me a bit of time to regroup, but I did then go on to purchase another professional cutter, which actually has an automatic feeding arm. So instead of cutting wider media, it just automatically loads the smaller media, so it saves time in a different way. But this ended up being a really good fit for the business and has allowed me to keep up with production so much more. I've had it for about a year now, and it was probably the best investment I've ever bought for Plannerface. There was a bit of a learning curve switching machines because they're completely different companies, they use different software, so I had to convert a lot of old files to new ones, but it was something that I was able to do gradually, and I don't feel like it really sort of set me back or was a reason to not go forward and change. The benefits massively outweighed the cons. It's so much more accurate. I can keep on top of restocks now, which was something I majorly struggled with before. It can be cutting while I'm doing something else, so it's like having an employee.
Thankfully, because of the graph tech, Anna now has less waste. She sells her sticker sheets she deems as unsellable as Oops stickers. These are super popular in the shop, but harder than ever to get a hold of now.
And knowing that the new machine is so much more reliable means I don't have to spend as much time quality controlling sheets. I can just sort of quickly flick through a stack of stickers, check that they're all okay. But when I was using the silhouettes, because there was so many individual different machines, they all had their own separate settings, they needed different calibration. All the consumables were like changing at different times. If I had to replace one blade, I would have to look at all the other machines' blades and make sure that everyone's like on the same sort of settings. But now it's just this one machine. I've only got to check one machine and service one machine. It's so much easier. The one downside with that is that if anything happens to this machine, I don't have a backup, but I do have a really good relationship with the company that creates the machine, GraphTech, and they're based in Wales, and they do have like a engineer team that would be able to come out at short notice. So I know the support is there if I need it. It was a really nerve-wracking investment. I'd obviously invested in the wide format printer and cutter previously, and when it hadn't been a good fit, that did knock my confidence quite a lot. I did research this new machine a lot more thoroughly. I had them do like samples and a lot more tests than I previously did with the wide format machine. When they came to install it, we did receive training on the machine, but it did feel like the stakes were a lot higher, having tried and failed before. But I think more than seeing it as a failure, it was a learning experience of what not to do when looking for your like next investment. But yeah, I think this one really worked out, and I'm really happy with the decision that I made.
Anna likes to make all her products in-house to control the quality of them and ensure the product hasn't changed. However, some items can't be made in-house and have to be outsourced, which comes with its own heap of problems.
I have outsourced other products in the past, so I've got washi tape, notepads, sticker albums. All of them I have actually run into issues with separately at different points, but a reputable supplier will always work with you to resolve those. I use a UK supplier for the notepads, but the washi tape and albums come from overseas, and sometimes if it comes by boat it could take like up to 3 months, so you've got to sort of plan out when you actually need these products for. If they're going to go with a specific set of other products for a launch, you've got to make sure that they're actually going to arrive on time. So it's really important to consider like where things are coming from, because it's also expensive to ship things by air depending on the weight. So if it has to come by sea or train, it's going to be slow, but if you need them quickly, you've got to factor in the cost of shipping them by air. So you've got to consider like all the aspects of getting things outsourced and whether it's cheaper to make it yourself. Because there are things that I make myself that I could outsource and I would have the time saving, but then you've got to think about, is it worth the cost? And it's quite enjoyable to make a lot of products, like my die cuts. I used to outsource them and I've recently brought them back in-house, and it means I can offer a much wider variety of designs without having to commit to certain amounts of each one that may not actually be popular.
Having items outsourced is great when it works. Anna used to offer postcards to match with the design she has in store, but she would constantly run into problems with them.
I kept running into issues with outsourcing postcards, and these problems spanned multiple years. It wasn't constant, but maybe every other time that I'd order postcards, there would be something wrong with the print or how it was cut. It happened across multiple suppliers. I would try different companies, and eventually I would still run into issues, so I just completely removed them from the shop. Because although all the companies were really good at replacing the faulty goods, you then got to do something with the faulty goods because they can't always be recycled or given away, and also the admin time of chasing companies when things aren't right. So I just switched to a product that was less accident prone, and that's worked out a lot better for me.
She has a successful Facebook group where she gets to see how people have used her kits and receive direct feedback from everyone. It's honestly a tool more small businesses wish they had.
I'm really lucky to have such an active following in my Facebook group. It's a really lovely community, everyone's so supportive, and it's a place to share planner spreads, look for inspiration. People also talk about non-planner related things, which is a lovely thing to see, people bonding over, they've originally bonded over their love of planning, but they've then gone on to develop further friendships. And it's also a really great place for me to get feedback. I can ask for feedback on designs, or just to sort of look and see how people are using products, and I can make decisions based on that. I'm not much of a Facebook user personally, so I really sort of see Facebook as a business tool. So luckily it doesn't feel like it intrudes into personal life. I don't get messages on my personal profile from customers. Everyone's really respectful about going through the customer service channels. So it really is an enjoyable group for me to run. It doesn't affect my personal life, which is great. I have a YouTube channel for the business where I upload planning videos and also studio vlogs. I've done planner videos for a lot longer, but I introduced studio vlogs about 3 years ago, and they've really done a lot for the growth of my channel. The audience is a bit different, so they're probably more geared towards other small businesses, but my customers watch them as well and enjoy seeing the behind the scenes process. It allows me to connect with them on a much deeper level than you can really do over sort of static post. Obviously there's Instagram stories, which I try to stay active on and show more of a personal, less curated side of me in the business, but I really think it's important to show sort of the person behind the business rather than just here are the products. And it's a great way to connect with people, and it's just so good to receive the comments back, and then you get to know your customers, and I feel like it can be really lonely running a business on your own, and it just gives me some community and almost friendship. I guess it genuine friendship. I've made so many friends from the planning community, but it's just such a good way to really connect one-on-one, where you don't want to be a faceless brand, and it's just such a good feeling to speak directly with customers and see the effects that your content and products bring them. It's basically why you do what you do, because otherwise what's the point in running a business?
Having a PR team is a great way to help Anna with promotions, and they can stay active on social media while Anna is busy behind the scenes. They show off the different products they use and how they use them, as they all have unique ways of using the kits differently.
They're really integral to helping me keep things active and just sharing how they use their products. I only choose people for the team who are actually big fans of my products, and I feel that comes through. They're not just promoting for the sake of it. You can tell that they really love using what they're trying to share. I usually take applications for the team every 6 months, sometimes 12 months. The team length sort of varies, and if everyone's happy to continue, we'll continue a bit longer. But I only choose people who genuinely love my products, because I think it comes across in the way they promote them. There's a sounding board if I want to ask their feedback on anything before I maybe reach out more publicly for feedback. And it's a really great small group of people. It just takes a bit of the burden off me when it comes to promotion, because if I'm really busy, they're still there creating content, things that I can share, promoting things, and I don't have to do it all alone.
Anna offers mystery subscriptions in her shop. This is a monthly reoccurring delivery of stickers to your door. She offers these in standard vertical, mini and journaling kits. Basically the same format she already has in her shop. These artworks are completely unique and customised to Plannerface, and are a mystery to the buyer apart from a small preview. She works with different artists for different months to offer a unique style. This is her 4th year offering mystery subscriptions in her shop. That's a huge deal.
And it's really exciting because I get the feedback all at once when they arrive, and it's a really fun product because you don't know what you're going to receive, and then the excitement when it comes through the door. I get to see all the posts on the Facebook group when people receive them, and it's just really a fun, rewarding product to offer. Before I started the subscription, I introduced just a one-off mystery product. It was the same format basically as what the mystery would be, to test the water, and it was really well received. I'd actually been really reluctant to introduce a subscription because of the commitment on my end, thinking of the new themes each month, making sure that everything's commissioned in time artwork wise, and just like introducing a regular thing to the shop, how I would fit it into my schedule. But I had a group of friends who were really pushing me to do it, and I'd been saying no for about a year prior. I was like, I can't see any way that I would be able to incorporate it into my life. It was too big of a project. I didn't feel like I could take it on and succeed, and then I would have to basically stop it, and then I felt like it would be worse to stop it after trying and failing than to just not do it at all. But they eventually did convince me. But my friend Kat, who is a member of my design team, did offer to help me put them together each month, and she really is pretty much the only reason why they've continued this long, because she's so good at keeping me on track. She organises everything on the behind the scenes side of the mystery. She's working on Pinterest mood boards. She's helping me write clip art lists for what I want the artist to draw, and basically keeping us on a rolling schedule. But I really would struggle to do it on my own, and she's so good at keeping me accountable and is basically the reason that we are able to keep it going.
Since 2019, Anna has offered a mystery Christmas advent in her shop. This is on a pre-order basis because it's such a big job for Anna to complete. Doing the advent is a great way for Anna to trial new products. This year she took a big leap and trialed foil stickers. Thankfully, the feedback was incredible and is now something she is regularly releasing in her shop. But without the advent, it might not have been something she would have ever released.
In a similar vein to the mystery subscription, I also do an advent calendar each year, so customers know to expect it now. I think I've done 4, possibly more, but it's a really fun way to obviously count down to Christmas and get a little sort of gift each day. Normally do these on a pre-order basis because it's quite a lot to orchestrate, sort of designing and packing and making sure that it's a really nice product to open and also feels cohesive. It's something that my shop's sort of become known for. Customers know to expect that there will be an advent calendar, and for me it's really fun to think about what I've done in previous years and trying to innovate on that. It's a great opportunity to trial any new products. So for last year's advent I introduced foil stickers. Although they are a complementary product to what I sell, it's still completely different to anything I've ever done before. So I was sort of testing the water, seeing what the feedback was like, and luckily it was really great. But it gives me a chance to see how things are going to be received before I sort of go all in, add it to the shop, and then I have to find out later down the line how it's going to go. I'm really lucky to have such a supportive partner. He's a web developer, and if I ever want anything building for the business, whether it's something that will maximize efficiency on the back end, or if it's a customer facing product, he's always able to make it happen. And we were actually able to develop a really cool product last year which allows the customer to design their own set of custom script stickers. It's an interactive designer on the website. They can type any word they want and it shows how it will look on the script sheet. This is then sent to me, I print and cut it and post it to the customer, and it's exactly as they designed it, so there's no surprises. It cuts down on admin time of having to liaise with a customer that a custom product would otherwise require. And many customers have told me that it's just really fun and offers such a unique experience that they haven't had anywhere else. It's also something that we can build on in the future. We can add new fonts, and it's been really popular. It's been my best selling product of the last year, and it was only released for 3 months of that year. It's a product that we've been asked for a lot year on year, and it's never been something that I thought I would be able to accommodate without the use of a custom software to do it, because it would be so much labour that I would end up having to charge a price that is way beyond what is reasonable. But this way we're able to automate a lot of the process and simplify it so it's better for the customer. And
he's Plannerface's in-house developer who works on a variety of aspects of Plannerface, both customer facing and on the admin side to support Anna and her store. At the end of the day, Anna still has her regular life and things to do, like doing the school run with her nephew and taking her dog for a walk, getting her hair and nails done, games night and coffee dates with her friends. She just does it differently from the rest of us. She's fortunate enough to be able to do what she loves and do it from home.
Owning a small business is so rewarding. Of course there are some downsides, but it's the constant support of my customers that encouraged me to be a better business owner and remember where I started.
Thanks for watching and joining us this week on Sofie Meets. We'll see you next time. Bye!